Hey! What's the fuck is up with my fucking Wi-Fi? Is my Wi-Fi tweaking? Why is my Wi-Fi fucking tweaking? My Wi-Fi tweaking, y'all. Oh my God, what the fuck? How y'all feeling, man? My bad, I'm not mad. Y'all smash some likes, man. What's the business, man? Sorry for being late. I told y'all I'm gonna stay consistent though. Better late than never, right? Um, oh, for real, Mike? Why you should have told me, bro? You know I'm not even there. I'm not at that place right now, my dog. Damn, I wish you would have told me that, bro. You gotta tell me that. And I'm finna go back to oh, back on Fig tweaking too? It might be Twitter. Oh, everybody, what the fuck? Shout out to My World, My Way Visuals that just subscribed. Damn, that shit tweaking like a motherfucker, man. Smash some likes. We about to get into it. I gotta catch a flight. I'm going back to the West Coast, y'all. You know, y'all about to see me. I gotta go. I've been summoned to the studio. I have to fucking produce this album. My brother, he got some shit going on. He about to drop an album. Shout out to Voos. Shout out to Akon. Shout out to Convict Music. You dig me? I'm about to be in San Francisco tonight. Where my nigga Fly Benzo at? Fly Benzo, my nigga Jason. What's happening? We linking up tonight, nigga. Y'all gotta show me motherfucking San Fran, nigga. I'm gonna be in San Fran for the night, man. I'll be in LA tomorrow. And I got a lot of shit in store. You feel me? I got a lot of y'all gonna see me on some podcasts. Y'all gonna see some collabs. Y'all gonna see some things. Okay, it's CB Fresh. Okay. Damn, I wish you would have told me that. It's cool though. Um, goddamn. What the fuck is going on with YouTube? YouTube, man, fuck this internet, man. So we gotta get into this Diddy shit, bro. I gotta catch a flight. We gonna go over this Diddy and this Karrahboo shit. Let me post something real quick. Y'all smash some likes out there by the chat. Jazz, T, um, shit, man. Did y'all see this motherfucking video? I want to show y'all something real quick before we get it. Hold on, let me post this real quick, and then after this, I swear, I want y'all to see this. All my motherfucking, you tell I'm gonna work downtown from 3 to 11, but it's good. Shit, I might pop on you, nigga. I'm gonna be a nigga. I'm gonna hit you on the I'm gonna hit you on the emails. You know, we gonna line it up. But that's the perfect time. That's a good time. Um, yeah. But I want to show y'all something. I want to have a quick discussion before we get into this topic. This is something that y'all want to see. All my people who have been in relationships, or I want to get y'all opinion on something real quick, bro. Because I'm trying to post this shit right now. So I just seen it. I just got back to the B&B. You and dig me? I'm about to leave this motherfucker. It's cool though. But yeah. You know, my people on it, you know what I mean? In that bitch. Just give them little ducats and tell them as long as they ain't booked. Hey, that's funny, Mike. You said that. We gonna get into that.
Yes, Dog nigga from the trenches, never had a heart. Drug dealer, contract killer, lawyer from the start. I put that dope dick down on short. I've been serving raw. They say I'm pussy and they say I'm fake, but I say I'm all who you say I am. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She know them, I just switched from a rape to a lounge. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got into it with my bitch, caught up while I'm torn. Tryna see you shorty on my dick, wonder wonder what she doing. You know me, real G, I text the extra how it's going. She responded nothing, looking like to me you having fun. Look for my mama when I try to look inside my woman. Told my bae I wish I would've found you back when I was bumming. Stayed away from all the bullshit, them niggas said I'm running. Time passed over, now you see that I was chasing money. Posted on Maryland, me and Bunny's mama 10 just once. Know you sitting up in the past, like check it out, that's Miley Young. Nigga don't wanna sell me a brick of dope back like my money funny. Damn, what you saying, gangster? You gon' make me take it from you? Some hoes say I'm handsome, some of them they say I'm ugly. Some say that I'm the realest, but I still ain't saying nothing. Cause I'm all who you say I am. Shitting on them, I just switched from a rig to a lime. I upgraded from nobody to the one who the man. I'm all who you say I am.
Tryna run me up a check late night Sunday morning. Diamonds round my neck, they really wet. I could've caught the foreign. Givenchy shoes, I get my no way from Ralph Lauren. Cut off my ex because my new bitch put that pussy on me. They watching every move I make, I guess I'm setting trends. I had to focus on the check, told myself fuck a friend. Committed crimes so many times, but I don't give a damn. I owe who you say I. Posted on hard, scream me and Rufus, we been really thugging. Convicted felon with a dirty pistol, bitch, I'm steady clutching. No dime was sitting in that cell, I check on my little cousin. Can't trust the hoe because I know they come a dime a dozen. RP the coffee, know my nigga at the Melvin Gate. She ain't never really made love him, just like Kevin Gates.
20 of them coming, I switched to another spot. Reversible stock, carbon, a new convertible drop. I was gambling with Shorty, I put some work on the block. I tested her, she hella lit quarter bird of the spot. Ain't in the bustin', I don't roll it, bustin' I don't bail. Don't wanna fuck me, I won't argue, baby, all well. The 18-wheeler deliver, get them in the mail. $1 million bond in 30 minutes and I made bail. I graduated the squares out of town at the room, cooking at the hotel. Oxys out of reach, I'ma move the race car. Hated on us and they know who they are. Still living large as I aim for the stars. I'm a breadwinner dawn and I came from the slum. Got a stain on my arm, weather through the storm. If I tell you that I love you, then you can't do nothing wrong. Surrounded by steppers like I got control in this bitch. I'll book you for a show and get you showed in this bitch. Yelling Karrahboo trail, I love you with all my heart. Now we ride around in race with the push button start.
Cause I'm all who you say I am. Shitting on them, I just switched from a rape to a lime. I upgraded from nobody to the one who the man. I'm all who you say I am.
Yes, sirski. How y'all feeling, man? What's the vibes? What's the vibes? What's the vibes? I want to show y'all this. This is something I just seen. I just had to post it on my Instagram. Like I had to edit it up because it's. Look at this, bro. Who know the feeling, bro? Let me see. I want to say I feel sorry for bro, and I do. But if you know the feeling, you know the feeling, man. So this, I don't know if y'all know who Chaotic is, right? He a rapper. He been on Love and Hip. He been hustling for years. He been building his platform and putting out videos and really, he was dating this girl Maddie, right? You know, Chaotic do YouTube now. Everybody doing YouTube. We all do all this shit now. We don't just rap no more. We don't just do, even the models. Everybody do everything. You know what I'm saying? But so he just put this on his YouTube channel. I just seen it when I got back, right? I got back to the spit art. This shit, boy, I know the feeling, boy. This shit broke my heart, nigga. Look at this shit. Hey, and if y'all, please support the motherfucking channel, man. Hit that Cash App, hit that Venmo. Shout out to my nigga Mike. Leave a motherfucking tip. Listen, I'm about to give y'all so much crazy content. Y'all know I act an ass when I'm in California now. I'm back in the crib. That's the crib. Cali the crib too. And I got some big shit. Y'all gonna see some big faces on what I don't even want to spoil nothing. But check this out.
Good morning, YouTube. YouTube, today is a great day. This is a great day. This is the day that the Lord has made. I got a great special announcement for y'all. I want to send a big congratulations out to one of my peoples, one of my homies, one of my friends. You know what I'm saying? A person that, I care about a lot. My dog, Maddie, y'all. Congratulations to Maddie. She is pregnant. Maddie is pregnant, y'all. She did the reveal yesterday. There she go. Yeah, so for everybody that knows, Maddie was my ex. Now, she's not pregnant for me, y'all. Baby coming 2025. She's not pregnant for me, but she is pregnant. A lot of people was wondering why me and Maddie stopped filming content. We used to have our bumps in the road and our ups and downs, but we always would still film. And if y'all didn't see us filming on YouTube, we was definitely going crazy on TikTok. And I would say Maddie was definitely one person that matched my energy. Like, more than a lot of people. Shekinah matched my energy, but Shekinah, it was like, with Shekinah, it was more like crazy, like, you know what I'm saying, yelling, screaming, fussing, crazy. Maddie actually, like, matched my, and Shekinah was my friend.
Man, look at this nigga eyes, man. It's not even that, though. It's like, bro, who know the feeling for real, bro? I just edited this and I made a reel and posted it on my Instagram and I reeled it. I mean, that's not I reeled it. I captioned it. When you fumble the love of your life and realize they officially moved on. It's gonna be all right, chaotic. It's gonna be all right, bro. I don't want to say he was crying, but is that he got XXX Tentacion on his? Oh, he is from Florida. They both from Florida. Damn, bro. I'm getting PTSD. I ain't gonna lie.
Like, more than a lot of people. Shekinah matched my energy, but Shekinah, it was like, with Shekinah, it was more like crazy, like, you know what I'm saying, yelling, screaming, fussing, crazy. Maddie actually, like, matched my, and Shekinah was my friend. Maddie was somebody I had dealings with, but we still became friends. So Maddie matched my, and I feel like Maddie matched my energy more than, you know, like anybody who I ever like did work with or did content with. And now she's pregnant. She just revealed the pregnancy yesterday. Congratulations to her. I'm happy for her. The baby is not mine. I want y'all to know that. So y'all don't think, oh, that's Chaotic, baby. Chaotic spot the block, Maddie spot the block. They had a baby. No, the baby ain't mine. But she got a baby on the way. I'm happy for her. You know, it just feels good to see. She looked good pregnant. I ain't gonna lie. She looked good. She looked real good pregnant. Yeah. I don't know. Her looking pregnant make me want to spin a block. Like, but no.
I'm gonna tell you right now, this nigga wants to cry. He probably just finished crying. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, this nigga Chaotic, he crying on the inside. Listen. I heard this news from a jail cell before. I heard this news, listen, when you can tell when it's unexpected. Never mind, whatever.
You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to whoever her baby father is or whatever her situation is, but I just want her to know she looked good pregnant. If y'all don't know her TikTok, she heavy on TikTok. So if y'all want to go check it out yourself, let me give y'all her TikTok. Her TikTok is that. It's Maddie Gnarly. So it's MADDIE.
No, it's not his baby. Look at him. Shout out Pistol Grill. What you doing, baby? Where you was at last night, Pistol? I'm not gonna do a music stream tonight because I'm gonna be in San Francisco and I'm about to go out and kick it, and I want to smoke some San Francisco weed for the first time. Well, I probably didn't smoke San Francisco weed, but I want to get some from there and smoke it there. And I'm gonna get some. I'm probably gonna vlog. I'm not gonna go. I might go live a little bit, but yeah. So I'm gonna try to go live tomorrow for music. I don't know. I might not be. I'm gonna go live tomorrow, but it might not be music because it's a big celebration. There's a big thing going on. But y'all will see. But y'all gonna see me.
Gnarly, NARLEY. Maddie Gnarly is her TikTok. If y'all want to go check out the pregnancy and see what's going on over there with it, it's right there. It's a great.
You for sure gonna cry in the car.
Babies are blessings. Babies are the biggest blessings in the world. Can't wait to have mine. My problem is I really can't have a baby unless I get an IVF. I got like the paperwork in my room. But you know, if you show paperwork on here, turns into a cryptic paper thing. So I don't know how to show it, but yeah, my problem is I can't have a baby until I have to get an IVF to have a baby, because my sperm isn't strong enough to swim to the egg. I mean, it's strong enough to produce a baby, but it's not strong enough to swim to the egg. So with it being like that, I have to like get it.
Hold on, y'all seen the eye wipe? That was like the prevention of the tears. Hey, I'm laughing, but it ain't funny because listen, bro. When I seen this, bro, I got PTSD, bro. I was like, oh, I already knew the first fucking 30 seconds of the video when he was like, oh, she pregnant. And I was like, oh, like I ain't Big Mama, only Big Mama, but Big Mama probably told him, come here, baby, come here. That nigga want to cry. And they ain't been broke up like not even a year for real, I think. They probably was dealing with each other more than a year, but I don't know really what happened. I just seen this shit on my timeline. I was like, oh, what the fuck? Well, I'm like, why he doing a video about her being pregnant? Is that his baby? And then, as you see,
It's strong enough to produce a baby, but it's not strong enough to swim to the egg. So with it being like that, I have to like get it put in the egg. That's why I ain't got no kids. A lot of people don't know why I don't got no kids. That's why I don't got no kids. If it wasn't
Miss
for that,
Nola?
because that happened like years ago when I got shot. Because I got shot like in my inner thigh, right next, like pinch away from the scrotum sacs. And it put a claw, it was like a hole.
You know when a nigga finna cry, nigga can't even look at the camera. Nigga just, yeah, man. Goddamn shit, you know what I mean? I'm happy as fuck for her, man. Nigga look at the camera one time every goddamn 3 minutes. All right, man. Shit, man. Damn, chaotic, bro. It's gonna be all right, bro. Feeling like, nigga, am I supposed to be a player for life? Do you want me to be a player for life? I don't want this life no more. Huh?
Oh, it's disgusting to even speak on. But everything still works. It's just issues with it swimming strong enough. And, that's just what the doctor said. But
Yeah, the scrotum is
got
funny.
the last say so. But that's my situation with that. And I'm really getting a little bit like emotional when I talk about that because I want a baby. And then when I see one of my favorite people, Maddie, pregnant, it's just such a beautiful thing for me because it's like, damn, I want a baby. And I'm seeing her with her baby. And it's just so beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm definitely.
That nigga eyes is glassy. If he didn't cry already, bro, his eyes glassy as shit. And I'm stating the obvious, but I'm just, for people who don't know, I'm pointing out, like, I'm trying to point to y'all, like, did he making this video like it's a celebratory, it's a whole subliminal, listen, bro.
He's gonna be the daddy of that baby. I'm definitely happy for her.
Appreciate that, Nola.
It's definitely a beautiful thing, man. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely got her back with anything she need when it comes down to the baby. So, it's my daughter for sure. And I'm happy for her.
It's like he forcing himself to be happy. Yeah, man, I'm happy for her. I'm really happy for her, bro. I'm happy, bro. I'm excited. Can't you tell? I'm jumping for joy. That's what he should be. You gonna cry? Oh, chaotic, nigga. Happens to the best of us, my nigga. When I synced it, I flashed back when I synced it. That's how I got to look at this on screen real quick before we talk about the Diddy and all that other shit. Oh, we gonna talk about the Karrahboo. Matter of fact, we can go to Karrahboo next. Karrahboo, because I seen my nigga Mike said something.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, congratulations, Pistol Grill Rick. Uh-oh, a Canadian love story. A Canadian love story. Ain't that song? At least somebody in love around this motherfucker.
For sure. And what's another thing I want to tell? Yeah, and I'm permanently kicked off Love and Hip Hop. That's just a FYI. They kicked me off. They said, I don't know, it's politics. But yeah, I'm
No, real shit though. Congratulations. Yeah.
to hit people.
I'm not even being sarcastic, Pistol Grip. I'm not being like I'm not just saying. I'm looking at Chaotic. Chaotic then tapped me back into a past feeling I didn't felt before. But no, seriously, congratulations for real. That's big. You know what I'm saying? We need love. Love is, I done been in love before. I done been in love. I done been in love. I done been in love a few times. You know what I'm saying? I remember how I feel.
When it's so crazy, they was like, they don't want me. I'm done. They kicked me off Atlanta. Then on top of that, I can't even go to Miami and get on Miami. They really just got me like loving hip hop. Like, forget you. We don't want no parts of you. And I'm like, what did I do? I was asking the people so much over and over, like, what I do? What I do? And it's, I know what it is. We know what it is. I know, and y'all know what it is. But it's cool. God got bigger plans for me, bigger things coming for me. Y'all gonna see a lot of.
Yeah, Chaotic. Maybe that wasn't supposed to be your baby mama, bro. You know what I'm saying? You might be dodging a bullet, nigga. And whatever, you got shot and it's hard for you to have a baby, but I'm saying, you gotta think about it like that, bro. Maybe you ain't tied down to, you know what I'm saying? I wish I could just FaceTime this nigga Chaotic now, man. It's gonna be all right, brother.
Bigger things come. And then y'all always be on questioning me like, oh, why you always speaking on, every time you go through it, you're speaking on Strappy, every time you go through it, you're speaking on this. It's like, y'all gotta understand, I just be telling y'all my real life, and y'all so messy and drama filled, not all y'all, but y'all who don't consistently watch my channel, everybody that consistently watch, I love y'all. Y'all solid, y'all watch everything I drop. But everybody that just here for the drama, that got something to say in my comments, middle finger up, because y'all just be here for the drama. Y'all ain't here for my day-to-day vlogs. Y'all ain't here to hear about Maddie pregnant. Y'all ain't here to see when I'm feeding a homeless person. Y'all ain't here for that. Y'all just here to wait to see some drama. So everybody that's here for drama, middle fingers up, because y'all whack. But everybody that's here just tap in everything I'm doing. I appreciate y'all.
No, you good, Pistol Grip. I ain't taking no way.
About me and what I had got going on. I just threw it in there because that's heavy on my mind too. So I said something about it. I'm not even gonna make an official video about it. I was gonna make one, but I said I don't wanna make no official video about it because I don't wanna make no things worse than they already is when it comes down to loving hip hop. But this video is about Maddie. I love Maddie. Shout out to you, girl. Happy baby reveal celebration. I'm the God Daddy. You know that. Tap in. I love you, Maddie. I love you.
You are not the God Daddy. If you was fucking her and she pregnant, her man, stop it, Chaotic. I mean, hopeful wishes, but nah, nigga. I get it though. He trying to keep himself from breaking down. But look at the face. Man, ain't that something, bro? He posted that shit 6 hours ago. I ain't just see it till I get back because I've been out. I've been in traffic, Damn, man. That ain't something. I'm about to be the God Daddy. No, you not. Nigga, if my girl was your ex-girl and I got her pregnant, I wish another nigga who was fucking her, I ain't even mean to say it like that. I wish another nigga who was fucking with her would pull up. Bow, bow, let them guns sound. Bow, 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 bow. Let them guns sound. Bow. Nigga, let them gun sounds, nigga. Chaotic. You ain't, listen, chaotic. Chaotic. If you think you finna be the God Daddy, nigga, this is what you gonna hear. When you pull up to my house and you think you had dinner, you was fucking my girl. Well, she's my girl now. She used to be your girl. And you think you finna, and then my kid, and then pow, 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 pow. Let them fucking gun sounds, nigga. Is you crazy? Love them fucking gun sounds, nigga. Wake up, Easy E. Gangsta rap back, nigga. He's gonna be the God Daddy. No, you're gonna be resting in peace. All right, Chaotic, leave that girl alone. It's over with. It's officially over with now, nigga. It's over with. I don't know if you some of it, we have a glimmer of it could work out, or even if she ain't mean to get knocked up, she is, oh, Wow, wow, wow.
Fuck what you make guns around for, man. They murder man. I see all teachers the whole life. I ain't claiming.
Leave that nigga alone.
It's over for that, man.
Cause this what you gonna end up.
Fuck, man. As far as hip hop, that's how blood music. What the fuck movement, nigga? Murder.
Bring along them boys in town. Like John, lay that pussy nigga down. I don't talk, I don't laugh, I just frown. From the eagle to the chopper, let that gun sound. Let that gun sound, 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 let it.
Man, niggas don't play about they women, bro. When a nigga love a girl, hey, listen, chaotic. Stay away from that girl. Stay away from her. Stay away from her. Or it's gonna be love that gun sound.
Gun sound. Murder man, run up on Gucci.
You might lose your life.
I'll do 7.
You ain't having I won't think twice.
Murder man, blocker. I keep a hand chopper. I'm having so icy, I'm a real top shotter. Light skin.
All right, let's get out of here, man. Okay, so I was gonna go to the Diddy shit. Let's hold on before we get to Diddy. I wanna look at this Karrahboo shit. Let me see.
I think it's so corny.
Oh, Yachty. I know I'm pretty sure y'all might have heard of this. I heard a little bit about it. I seen academics was reacting to it. So I didn't even look at it. But from what I seen a little bit, man, was Yachty fucking with Karrahboo, bro? And I will say this: I was critical on Karrahboo the first time when Yachty and her was going. I was like, man, her little. I'm starting to think that, man, this nigga Lil Yachty, bro, he might be on some chaotic shit. Not like exactly, but I'm just saying. They keep saying they won't fuck around. Why he so? I haven't even heard this whole thing, so let's just hear this real quick. But it seemed like, and you know what? I will say this. Shout out to Karrahboo. Karrahboo, I was critical on you, bro. I was critical on you. Karrahboo, she does seem like a nice person, bro. She seemed like a naive, not super naive, but like naive to. Like she's still figuring it out, if that makes sense. I don't know, bro. I got to hear what Yachty say fully though. But I just, from the little bit I seen, like I only seen like a minute of this shit. And I was like, this nigga still, like, was they a thing? Because they keep denying that it was. I mean, yeah, I would. Nobody would be surprised or even care. Like, yeah, it looked like y'all would. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Let's look at it.
I think it's so corny because like, bro, I don't even be speaking on shit, bro. Like, I don't even, whatever, right? So.
And you know when they got the hoodie on, they get on live with the hoodie. Nigga on the video with the hoodie tied tight, like he about to go do a homicide or something. Nigga, that's equivalent to crying. Nigga got the hoodie or got the hat low. Yachty. You love that girl, Yachty. You love her. You got to love her. I ain't saying they had sex before. Maybe they had sex one time. Maybe they did. Maybe they had a connection, period. Something's there from the little bit I seen, but maybe I'm wrong. Let's look at the whole shit.
So, first off, from the jump, when we split with Kara, there was never a you can't drop, right? There was never anything that said that she couldn't drop music. She just didn't drop. You know what I'm saying? But the thing was, she didn't want to drop. She didn't want to drop under the label because she felt like, oh well, if I'm putting a song out and we're not cool, it shouldn't come out under your label. But guys, that's not how business works. You see what I'm saying? There's no way I'm gonna invest money into somebody, put money into something, make no return, and then you can just
ever since my brother died,
just drop when you want, right? So what happened was, I said, hey, you find somebody to sign you, and we'll do the paperwork. Well, first off, for the longest, nobody would sign, right? So nobody wanted to sign her, and so she kept saying that I wouldn't let her go because, truth be told, what happened was that her management at the time, or whoever, I don't know if she wasn't in communication with them or what, but she thought that she had deals on the table. Don't call me now. No, you wanted to talk on Twitter, let's talk. See, now she's calling me now.
Oh, she calling? You not picking up? I would have got off. First of all, I wouldn't have even went on. That, that's him. She calling you, nigga? I don't know. I feel like it's something there. Even I ain't saying they had to have had sex or nothing like that. I'm just saying it's some emotional. It's too deep for just a rap, bro. Let her go. Fuck the jewelry. Fuck everything else. If you really want her to go, you're Lil Yachty. You rich as fuck. She not even on your level financially. Give her the chain. Fuck the chain. Fuck the whatever the fuck she had. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let her go. Let her do her shit. If you really don't care, nigga. Like, I don't know, gang. It just seemed like, I don't know.
But now I don't want to talk about it. What happened was, she said that she thought she had deals on the table, right? Nobody was trying to sign her, right? So she thought I was holding her a deal and wouldn't sign the paperwork, but there was no deal, right? Cool. And she got a deal, right? And the deal came, and it was, I didn't care what the deal was. I don't care how much money it was. I really don't care, right? I said, okay, cool, I'll sign the paperwork. That's fine. I don't care. But before I sign that paperwork, I want my jewelry back, right?
See,
My
that's what I
fucking
said.
earrings, 8-carat earrings, my watch, everything else. And you can
That sound like a nigga who breaking up with a girl. Give me my jewelry back. Give me my what's the name? Don't that sound like a nigga who breaking up with a girl, like being petty? Or who? I mean, it ain't necessarily got to be petty, but that sounds like give me my shit back. Or a girl breaking up with a guy. Give me my shit back. Give me my shoes back. Give me my this back. Give me the whatever the fuck the thing is. Like, bro, you Lil Yachty, nigga. 8-carat earrings, bro. You probably got some shit in your garage that's like 100 worth of 8-carat earrings, my nigga. There's nowhere in hell you care, bro, that damn much. Unless you feel like you being played. Watch, Karrahboo gonna pop out with a nigga. And I bet you the whole time I bet you, watch. Give Karrahboo 3-4 months. It's gonna be some nigga. It might be another rapper. Might not be. I'm just saying. Nigga, you care, nigga.
go, right? But see, the thing was, she went on streaming tours and goddamn.
So he watching her on screen with DDG. Who else she was on screen with? What's them niggas over there? Casanat and them niggas. And 20 views. She doing a bunch of Karrahboo still been working. Regardless what you think about her raps and shit. Her and Anicia. I love Anicia. Anicia and she booed up. What's that nigga? 4 Bats. I'm saying she's still working. Aside from she's still working, like who gives a fuck if she going on screens, nigga? What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Stop acting like a bitch, nigga.
Balloon contests and all whatever else. So she didn't want to give me my jewelry back. Alright? So I say, look, you give my jewelry back. And this was, by the way, guys, this was 10 months ago. Alright? This is 10 months ago. This is almost a year ago. I said, hey, as soon as you bring me my jewelry, you can do whatever you want. I don't want nothing to do with you. I'm not here to hold you. By the way, in the midst of all this, I said, hey, you can drop music whenever you want to. Whenever you want to, you could drop your music. That's not the case, right? Because I never had a problem, right? I didn't have a problem with her. I didn't have a vendetta with her. I didn't like this. She's painting a narrative that like, oh, he won't let me drop. He hates me. Bro, I'm the one who reached out to her to come back. Because I was like, this is stupid. I was like, bro, this is stupid. We can fix this, right? And then when she came back, she had an attitude, chip on her shoulder, and she was just nasty. So I said, you know what? This isn't going to work, all right? Boom. And that's
She probably just nasty to you. See, the way that when Yachty and her first got into it months ago, he was acting like this how she act to everybody. Maybe she acting like that to you. Maybe she don't want maybe it's you. Maybe it's you, Yachty. Why you care about them chains? You act like them chains is $100, $200, $3,000 chains. I'm not saying the chains is cheap. I'm just saying I'm pretty sure he didn't give her no fucking. Oh, you just needed. I feel like he doing the classic, an excuse to hold on. Like I don't know.
That's what it is. Even to this day, bro. I actually have all the messages, and I also have, by the way, I have an Excel of every dollar spent. But I'm not even gonna. It's like it's nobody's business, right? But when she say shit like she's not in the red, it's cap. I don't even like doing this type shit. I don't even go in here and talk about nothing. I don't bother nobody. I don't come on here. I don't tweet. I barely post outfits. I stay out the way. I don't.
So if you won't promote your clothes and tweet, but you will come on here to do this for her, what does that say? If he's telling on himself. If you don't do none, if you don't get online and do no other regular shit, but you'll get online just to do this one thing every fucking 7 months or 5 months, he want to get online and talk shit about her. Lil Yachty, you telling on yourself, bro. You love her. You love her. Why would you even, if you wouldn't dedicate going online to your clothing and shit like that, that's the shit he into, his clothing and, you know, then you, come on, bro. Tell that shit to somebody else, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? People have their opinions on me, and it is what it is. It doesn't bother me any. I do my own thing. But when you go on, you speak about my kid, you saying you talking about some, oh, you don't, like, it was no reason to even bring up my child, who's in Europe right now with me. See what I'm saying? Like, what are you even talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just saying things, right? The truth is that you don't have music, and that's why you're not putting out music. It's not that I'm holding you from dropping your music. You have music. See what I'm saying? No one is like, because realistically, if you put out music, it wouldn't hurt me. Like, I still want you to do your thing. It doesn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? But like, when you on the internet making this narrative that I'm like, oh, I'm terrible to all women, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But the moral to the story is that you can drop. And I'm saying, I want to say it on here in front of everybody. Put a song out. Since y'all think I'm holding her from putting a song out, try and put out a record. But you gotta be professional. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put it out the way anybody else put out their music. You do it through your label until we get the deal done. Which the deal is it's on you.
You say he played a little guy role. Yeah, but say Yachty about what? Yachty like 30 now, right? He ain't really Lil Yachty no more. He just Yachty at this point. Yeah, Yachty ain't. I didn't even know that nigga had a child. I just don't be in a loop like that. But when he said that just now, I'm like, fuck. That's probably why she left your ass. When did he have the baby? She probably did the same thing, and that's why she didn't want to be around the group no more. She probably was in love with your ass, and y'all was in love, and then you end up getting the bitch pregnant, and goddamn it, now she don't want to be rapping with you no more. Regardless if she can rap, if she can drop music, fuck all that. That don't even matter. That's just
It's like no one's stopping you.
Oh, you 26?
You know what I'm saying? This shit that be killing me, like, bro. Nobody want to talk about all the shit that you have to go through to get to where you are, right? Like, it's like, oh, you just woke up as Karrahboo, right? Like, you just did this, and now I'm this terrible monster who was never a good person, who's, what do you say, bad to all women, and now I don't see my daughter.
You got a daughter?
Okay. You feel me? Like I said, you want to drop music, put the music out, and I want you to screenshot. Actually, fuck that. I want you to screenshot ever a time when you try to put something out and we flagged it. Like you try to put your own records out and or email chain, text thread, anywhere where you ever said that, like, I want to put a song out and I said no, or the label said no. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, when you're on the internet and you talking crazy and you're making up stuff and you just slurring a nigga name, no one wants to work. Like this could have been a very easy process, but you go on the internet, you crash out, and you just be saying fucking anything, the most foolish shit. And it's because it's like you're just at home. You see what I'm saying? You're just at home, you have nothing else going on and there's nothing else to do, so you just like crash out and you be crazy and you be losing your mind and you be sounding like a fucking jackass, bro. And it's like so embarrassing. It's like, damn, bro, I really be like looking at this shit like, damn, I feel bad, bro. Cause like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? What are we talking about? See what I'm saying? But enough talking. Look, if it's,
Yeah, they fucked. They had sex. Just one, even if it's just one, they had sex, and they had love. It ain't just about sex, but they had sex because they was in love. They for sure had sex. For sure. I'm betting my money on that. I don't know for a fact, but I'm a man, bro. Not that I would do some little shit like this, but yeah, bro. He too wrapped up. Like, what the fuck, nigga? Yeah. She put that shit on him too. She put it on his ass, you hear me? She probably was the best thing he ever had. And ain't she like a don't Karrahboo remind motherfuckers of a female Yachty? Like the way she dressed, her little lazy ass swag and laid back rap style, and yeah, she gave him the pussy. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they for sure. They yeah. Yeah, he pussy whip. I can't say pussy whip, but he drunk. He loved yeah. Mm-hmm. You got I know. I could just tell by him act like, what the fuck?
It's anything that you said that if there was ever time you put a song out and I blocked it, show that proof. And if it's a song you want to put out, album, mixtape, whatever, put it out or submit it and then show the internet you're trying to put it out and we'll take it from there. Other than that, stop the cap. You never tried to put out a record the right way. You try to put it out one time on YouTube or whatever, but you try to put a record out the right way, it'll go out the right way. What are we talking about? I don't go on the internet trying to slander your name. Don't do the same thing or whatever.
The fuck? Oh, his live pause. Oh, I guess that's it. He should take her back. She perfect for him. She beautiful. Karrahboo is pretty, and they make a good couple. Like they act the same. Like they're this the whole persona. Like yeah, he fucking it up though, doing dumbass goofy shit like this. But maybe, like I said, maybe she. There's reasons behind everything. Hmm. Yeah, there's reasons behind everything. Yachty, stop being a hoe, bro. Leave that girl alone. Like Yachty strike me as the person he don't even want no crazy big booty thotty bitches. That's the shit that he wanted for real. You know what I mean? I'm. It's looking like he loved her. I love you. All right, Yachty, tighten up.
We have the latest from federal court in the
Diddy. Let's see what the fuck Diddy. I heard Diddy was turned down some pleas. I heard. Let's see what's going on.
We have the latest from federal court in the Sean Combs criminal case. Status of jury selection, what Diddy's going to be wearing, violation of a gag order, rejecting a plea offer. It's time to bring in our law and crime reporter who is in the courtroom to give us the very latest. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Okay, so before we jump into the case, I want to tell you about something else real quick. We have this brand new podcast that we just dropped on Wondery Plus. It's called Karen the Retrial. It's about Karen Reed. Shocker. It's the best place for a recap of everything.
Shut your ass
check
up.
the recap that just happened today. And remember, this is an interesting moment. Remember, the juror questionnaires have already been submitted to a number of prospective jurors. We believe the official jury selection process is going to begin next week, May 5th. And let's not forget what we're talking about here. This is Sean Combs' criminal case. He faces 5 sex crimes-related charges: sex trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, transportation to engage in prostitution, that Combs allegedly ran this criminal enterprise, that he engaged in a pattern of years-long abuse against women, forcing them into sexual episodes, bringing in sex workers, all of those allegations. And I will tell you, I said it before, I say it again, I think that this is incredible that this is happening so soon. It is remarkable that we are seeing a federal trial, a case going to trial within.
Man, look how the white people think. This is incredible. This is remarkable. Nigga, you realize this is a person's life, right? And I ain't caping for Diddy. I'm just saying, this is goofy, squarehead ass dude. What's his dude name again? Jesse Weber Get your bitch ass up. I would have smacked him. It's just incredible. This is remarkable. No, remarkable is the shit that animals can do. How they can jump from trees and do. This is what the fuck is he talking? If you say interesting, if you say it's other word, like this nigga, man.
Less than a year of when he was arrested. But by all accounts, the defense has wanted this to go forward. They want this trial to move forward. It seems by all accounts they believe they can get an acquittal here. We shall see. But right now, we want to do a recap of what happened in court today as this trial is about to begin. So straight from the courtroom, actually outside of the federal courthouse right now in downtown New York, we have with us once again Law and Crimes reporter Elizabeth Milner. Elizabeth, thank you so much for coming here on Sidebar. Really appreciate it. So I'm going to start right from how we always start our recaps. How did Sean Combs look? How did he appear? And who was there for him on his side?
Oh, yeah, Jesse. It seems like the weight is kind of now on Diddy's shoulders as he's set to start trial technically on Monday with jury selection and obviously with the following week being opening statements. But when he walked into the courtroom today, he did what he usually does. He kind of does an eye over the entire gallery, sees who's in there, makes eye contact with a lot of us, which I thought was a little surprising, especially us being members of the press. He kind of looked at each and every one of us. There was an anchor there with Fox, who I think he had a previous professional relationship with, kind of looked and waved at her. So, you know, he's seeing familiar faces inside the courtroom. Now, as far as those who were there to support him, that was a little different than it's been in past hearings. So when we first started covering those hearings and when I was first going into those courthouse for these pretrial hearings, his entire family there was in the gallery, probably with the exception of his 2-year-old daughter, whose name is Love. But for the most part, we saw his daughters in there, we saw his sons in there, we saw his mother in there. But this time around, and maybe it was just because this is another pretrial hearing, they're in it for another 2 months.
That boy look just, hey, look, and I met him a few times. I've been around him in the studio. He might be, I might, one thing about it, I might run, I was thinking the other day, what if I see this nigga again in the studio tomorrow? He's a cool nigga though. That boy look just like P. Diddy. Like the young version of P. Diddy, Puff Daddy. Tell me that boy, shout out to the sisters, kind of sort of too, but so they look more like Kim Porter. I mean, obviously because they female, but that nigga, he's actually looks like the young Diddy. He a cool nigga though. I've been around. He humble too. But I mean, they really don't got nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying?
And maybe it was just because this is another pretrial hearing. They're in it for another 2 months when it comes to actual trial. But none of his family was there today. And I think, not sure if he's actually aware that they weren't going to be coming today. But I think maybe there was a little disappointment there because I think he kind of lights up when he sees his sons in the courtroom, especially when he sees his mother in the courtroom. But this time was a little different. The only person who was really there on Diddy's side today, as outside of his lawyers, was really just one of his associates, I believe it is. And this is a man who we had previously talked about, Jesse. He was the one wearing the free puff sweatshirt inside that courtroom, which he won't be allowed to do once trial actually begins. But he was wearing it again today. And apparently, because TMZ caught him outside of the courthouse, ran up to him, and he was like, they're coming out with a line of this. So look out for that clothing line to begin. But that was really the only person on his side today. And it was pretty surprising. But I'm sure once trial actually begins, once opening statements begins, we will probably see the whole entire family there. But nope, it just seems like it kept dwindling and dwindling each and every single hearing.
Little inside baseball, by the way, when we do these Diddy hearing recaps, we are scrambling. We're trying to get as much information as possible out to you as quickly as possible. This is kind of like breaking news. So I'm working through lunch, I'm working through snacks, but I kind of want to eat healthy. It's important to me.
Shut your pussy ass up,
the
beat
easiest
you up,
head
man.
first game, but there's been a lot of discussion, actually a ruling from the judge regarding what Sean Combs can wear in court. So talk to us about what that ruling was, what he can wear, and how was he dressed? How did he look?
Well, going back to your first point about him being gray, that's still there. He still has a lot of gray hair. And, you know, I hate to make this comparison, but he does have kind of similar hair to Brian Steele at this point. It's very light colored. Not sure if he's dyed it beforehand, but you can see, and you can just kind of by his demeanor, that he's kind of visibly aged since he's been behind bars, and that's, you know, apparent. He's been behind bars, a place that he probably never thought he would be for a long time or ever in his entire life, but he's been there for a significant amount of time. But he came in as usual with his khaki jumpsuit, the MDC edition of that. But as far as what he'll be wearing at trial, that'll be completely different. So what the judge ruled about in trial is that Diddy is allowed 5 button-ups shirts. He's allowed 5 sweaters, which I thought was interesting because I would think that he'd be allowed to wear suits. But from the judge's order, it seemed like it's really just button-up shirts, sweaters, up to 5 pairs of pants. I think it's up to 5 pairs of socks, and then 2 pairs of shoes. But because he is still a detainee, those shoes cannot come with laces. So I'm sure that Diddy will kind of be pulling the ranks when it comes to fashion, especially once his trial begins, probably with button-up shirts and sweaters, probably more than my rent. But as far as the judge's order, it looks like that'll be kind of the standard issue from how we'll see Diddy once trial begins.
That's funny. Let me ask you this, Elizabeth. A lot of talk about jury selection. I keep getting asked the question, how on earth can you possibly get a jury in this case? People that don't know Sean Combs, I don't think that's what they're looking for. I think they expect people to know who he is. I think they expect people to know about the news of his arrest and maybe the charges that he faces. The question will become, can you find jurors who are impartial, who can agree and promise that they will only look at the facts and the law presented in that courtroom to make their decision? Easier said than done. What is the status of jury selection? And by that I mean this week was an important week. Talk to us about what we've learned so far about the jury selection process and what we can expect. What happened today in court? What was the discussion about jury selection moving forward?
Well, what we can expect is that jury selection is planning to start on schedule on Monday. That's going to be May 5th, beginning. The judge wants the parties to be in at 8 o'clock in the morning. Now, mind you, the federal courthouse doesn't open until 8 o'clock in the morning. Now, as far as jury selection goes, I think the biggest takeaway for me is that both sides expect to have all of this done in the matter of 3 days. Now, given just how high profile this trial is, I was kind of stunned that they seem very confident that they will be able to seat a jury in that amount of time. Given just that everyone knows who Sean Diddy Combs is. But again, both sides seem confident that they'll be able to handle it. The judge was a little worried about the process probably taking longer than he intended, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But as far as jury selection goes, the process seems pretty clear-cut. They plan on questioning about 50 jurors a day. So what happens is when we're when we're up in the courtroom, we're normally in like 26A, 26B, so it's all the way at the top of the federal courthouse. And what the judge is proposing is that these jurors will be brought in. Again, it's planning to be about 50 a day. They'll bring them up to 26A, and then that's where the questionnaires will kind of start. Now, as far as 26B, they plan on utilizing both of those courtrooms, which are pretty large courtrooms, so it can easily fit about 50 prospective jurors. But they plan on using 26B to kind of ask about those tougher questions. That's going to be the questions about the medical history, previous abuse, just those really tough questions. And their goal is to have to keep around 40 jurors that aren't excused for cause. So they plan on kind of doing this pretty quickly. And the government's response was they wanted kind of slightly more than about 40 jurors, and they want 2 attorneys to be brought in from each side, and the judge said yes. And that when I say each side, going into those sequestered areas when, again, those tough questions are going to be asked, which the defense is expecting for people to be very candid when it comes to answering these types of questions, which can be pretty hard, right? Like, think about it. Someone's asking you about your medical history. Someone's asking you about previous physical, sexual abuse, that type of thing, and you're expected to kind of tell this essentially to a stranger. But again, you know, on both sides, I understand kind of the reasoning for it. They won't just want to make sure that everything is very clear cut and they have the right jurors to be seated in that jury box. Now, the defense did kind of have a little bit of an objection when it came to the sequestration and the sequestered questions, I should say. And that was just that the defense wants Diddy to be inside there. But the problem comes with Diddy being there is that these are in 2 different courtrooms. He is still a detainee. So they were talking about how the marshals would kind of take him back and forth, which could be a security risk. It could be just a terrible risk for the officials to have that even going on. And so they kind of came to a solution, is that Diddy will be shown shown a feed. He'll be able to kind of hear those personal questions that are being asked during the sequestration, and that's kind of the resolution that both sides ended up agreeing to. So Diddy will say in the main courtroom there won't be that back and forth. As far as him going to another courtroom and marshals have to kind of make sure everything's squared away, that won't be happening in this case. But again, it all plans to start on Monday, May 5th. And again, it's plans on starting bright and early. Now, whether or not they'll actually seat the entire jury in 3 days, that's a little wait and see. But I guess we'll see come Monday what it's looking like and how successful the process really is.
And they, each side's going to have strikes and things of that nature. My understanding also was in court today, his attorney, Mark Agnifilo, had raised a concern about what happens if jurors saw something, did something, said something between when they filled out the questionnaire and when they're being questioned, right? I mean, I guess talk to me what we learned about that, but also, do we have any idea what the final questions were in this questionnaire?
So to answer that last question, no, unfortunately, I don't know what's in that final version of the questionnaire, but I do have some of the proposed questions that the defense team kind of proposed to. It was interesting questions. What's your age? What's your sex, your gender identity? Do you have children? Are you currently working? What's the highest level of education that you have had? One thing I thought was interesting is, do you use any social media platforms? If so, which ones? How do you get your news? What, if any, newspapers, magazines, websites, online news services or publications do you read? Do you listen to any podcasts? So possibly if you're listening to Sidebar, you might not be able to be on this jury or anything like that. As far as, they asked what type of music do you like? How often do you listen to music? Which I'm just like, what is that necessarily relevant? And then even on the government side, they had questions such as, you may hear evidence in this case related to sexual assault, including rape. Do you have any feelings, beliefs, or experiences relating to that aspect of the case that could affect your ability to be fair and impartial in this case? You may hear evidence in this case relating to payment of commercial sex workers in exchange for sex. Do you have feelings, beliefs, or experiences relating to prostitution and the law enforcement around prostitution that could affect your ability to be a fair, impartial juror in this case? So that was just kind of a glimpse of what jurors can expect to be asked during this questionnaire. Now, as far as just going back to your first question, actually, there was just that proposed question that we can say is going to be on that questionnaire now, is the defense wanted to propose a question on, after the potential jurors filled out their questionnaire, have they seen any news media, any documentaries, anything just relating to...
I be trying to understand, like, how the fuck can they say, bro, nobody can escape the internet nowadays, bro. The whole same thing with the YSL, like, bro, they need to change that, bro. They need to, I don't know how they need to change it, but everybody to see the internet, see, even if you just glimpses of shit, like,
a news medium, and whether or not they saw it in between them filling out the questionnaire to Monday morning when they go to jury selection. So essentially meaning if they filled out the questionnaire on Friday, but on a Sunday they watched, the fall of Diddy on Doggy Series, or they watched the Prime Crime episode of Diddy, and, that type of sort. And so Mark Agnifilo just kind of wanted to cross his T's and dot his I's as far as that question goes, because it seems like, they're being very cognizant of the fact that, these potential jurors could already have, certain views in their head based off what they've seen in the news media, what they've seen or heard about in podcasts or read about in a news article, that type of sort. So it seems like that was kind of the question that we know for sure will definitely be on that questionnaire, or that will be asked to those potential jurors.
You mentioned Sidebar, which is interesting because my understanding was also today there was a discussion about sidebars. No, not Sidebar with Jesse Weber, not our show, but actual sidebars when there's that break in the court and the attorneys go up to the judge to have a private conversation about an issue. What was the discussion about that? And by the way, correct me if I'm wrong, which is so good that you're our eyes and our ears, because we don't know what the actual reporting indicates, so you will set us straight for it. Was there also a discussion regarding the sidebars that had something to do with Ghislaine Maxwell? Talk to us about that.
Who?
So the Ghislaine Maxwell mentioned...
Not white woman. I'm just... Shannon Sharp, Skip. They got Diddy, Skip. They got Diddy. Skip. Skip.
And was just kind of about the jury selection process, that it's going to be that sequestered questioning type of thing, and just whether or not the defendant should be transported back and forth in between these courtrooms. Because, you know, despite what people may think about Sean Diddy Combs, is that he does have a right to a fair trial. And that's what the defense was pretty much hammering about, is the sense that they don't think it's fair that Diddy wouldn't be a part of the sequestered questioning process, but he is, and he came up with that solution, as we had mentioned. Now, as it comes to these sidebars, that was also about, you know, the jury selection process. So pretty much when it comes to, again, those medical issues, those really tough personal questions about previous abuse and other sensitive topics, that'll be handled in private, as we know. And then what would happen to kind of ease the process and make it go a little faster is that pretty much they would go into a sidebar. They would listen to just what the arguments are just from the judge, those two representatives from each side, and this potential juror. They could talk about what the issues are that they may have about being selected on the jury and that type of sort. And then what the judge came up with, the solution is, or really it was kind of the government's proposal here, but what they came up with is that they'll seal it in the transcript. So there are going to be transcripts of this trial, but the portions about, you know, a potential prospective juror.
Hold on, why they do that lady nose like that? That's probably how her nose is too. Oh, is that the lawyer? Grim Reaper. What's up, nigga?
Their medical history, all that sensitive stuff, that'll be sealed in the transcript. And then they'll just kind of resume questioning, which, again, the judge kind of made this a point, too, talking about, okay, well, if we're going to continue to do sidebars each and every single time that a prospective juror has to talk about a sensitive topic, that could take up a lot of time. But, again, the defense and the government both seem pretty confident that they'll still be able to kind of get it going in a quick pace. This isn't unusual to do in these types of high-profile cases. So that was pretty much just the topics about, you know, Ghislaine Maxwell, as well as the other topics about the sidebars that aren't presented by Jesse Weber.
Was there a discussion today about the defense expanding the team of lawyers?
There definitely was. And I know, Jesse, we had been talking about this for a while. We thought it was possibly that expansion going to be Mark Garagos added to the team. There was an exclusive reporting. The rumors were spreading that he would be there, which is funny enough because his daughter is also on the defense team. She works with Mark Agnifilo and has been representing Sean Diddy Combs since the beginning, since his arrest and since his indictment. But it was interesting that the defense kind of pointed out that they will be adding 2 defense attorneys. We only thought initially it was 1. But one thing that stood out to me when Mark Agnifilo was talking about this was he said that these defense attorneys are in the courtroom right now. I didn't see Mark Garagos in that courtroom, but what I did see is 2 defense attorneys that have been there when Brian Steele came on board. And those 2 defense attorneys were Nicole Westmoreland, who we talked about in that last sidebar episode that I did with you. She had previously represented a YSL defendant. Now, this is me speculating. Let me just kind of put the red tape on that right there, where this is me speculating, but these were the names that kind of stood out to me as possibly who could be added to the defense team, especially knowing that they have that prior relationship with Brian Steele, who we know is added onto the Diddy defense team just a couple weeks ago. So me guessing, I think it's Nicole Westmoreland, who again previously worked with Brian Steele on the YSL case. She previously represented a YSL defendant. And then I also think it might possibly be Xavier Donaldson. Now, he's a New York-based attorney. He has been in the courtroom a couple of times, at least for the maybe last 4 or 5 hearings that I've been to. He's been in the gallery, kind of taking notes, kind of watching what was going on, but always sitting on the defense's side, kind of making nice with the defense attorneys there. So I think it might possibly be those 2 attorneys added to the list. But again, with Mark Agnifilo saying that these 2 lawyers are in the courtroom, there were other lawyers in there as well, too. So I might just be completely wrong. But I will say for certain, let me not say for certain, but I don't think it's going to be Mark Garagos.
All right. We'll see. You know, it's interesting when we're talking about this because you had talked about our previous sidebar about the legal team. A big issue that came up last time. A lot of people talking about it. We covered on sidebar. There's been a lot of news articles about it. Was whether or not Sean Combs had rejected a plea deal from the government. And I understand that there was a further discussion about that today, which, by the way, is really interesting. Because I've said it from the beginning, I never saw him wanting to take a deal. The reason that he wanted to go to trial so quickly is because He doesn't want to sit behind bars any longer. It seems to me he believes he can be acquitted, take this to trial. If he made bail, he probably would have pushed this off as far as possible. He probably wouldn't have wanted to go to trial immediately, but because he's sitting behind bars, he's locked up at the MDC, the Metropolitan Detention Center, it seems he wanted to go to trial as soon as possible. So, talk to us, but then on the other side, you have to think about mounting evidence that they might have against him, what he's potentially facing, decades in prison, life in prison, would he take a plea? What was the discussion today regarding a possible plea offer?
The judge didn't go into not really the judge, the government didn't go into too many details about the extent of the plea offer, but one thing that they had said was pretty much that under the plea offer, he would be facing less time than he's facing if he would have gone to trial. So when the allocution portion came, Diddy stood up, the judge kind of read him everything that he had needed to read to him, just about whether or not he was of sound mind, whether or not he had taken drugs or alcohol in the last 24 hours, which Diddy did say no about. But as far as the plea offer that came up in the last hearing where the government said we did offer him a deal or an offer, I should say, and that he rejected it. And now it's official, and he said it to the court as well, too. You know, he stood up, he said that he consulted with this about his attorneys, and it seems like they're planning, or not even seems like they're rolling the dice by going to trial because, again, and Jesse, we've been talking about this, just how confident the defense appears that, you know, they could get off on these charges. They could be acquitted, or possibly, you know, who knows what could happen, just because, again, you are rolling the dice. This really does feel like just kind of like, you know, just kind of like a gambling a little bit with Diddy's life in a sense, just because, you know, if you're offered maybe X amount of time versus this huge amount of time, which could be, you know, years and decades behind bars, you would think possibly, you know, it's the federal government building a case against you. Maybe you would go for the lesser offer, but again, that would be having to admit that he had did something wrong. And the defense has always maintained that he is innocent. He has done nothing wrong, that this is just, you know, these are just ex-girlfriends that are mad, like just all these types of things that the defense is arguing. But again, today, and it made it official that Diddy rejected the plea offer, and he will be going on trial for the charges that he's facing right now, which again could have him in prison, not even detention, for years.
I tell you this, even though that happened, it's not outside the realm of possibility that he could end up taking a plea. If he, you know, how many times have we covered cases before? We're about to go to the start of trial, like, you know, the opening of jury selection, the beginning of opening statements, the defendant takes a plea, or some evidence is presented during the course of the case, and they say, you know what, let's not go to trial. Let's stop this trial right now. I want to enter a guilty plea, particularly if a really bad piece of evidence comes in, or they don't feel that their arguments against it were effective. It's not outside the realm of possibility. So I just want to keep that in mind as this progresses. Now, gag order. There's been a gag order in this case. Was there discussion today about a violation of the gag order?
Well, there was a little bit, and it was brought up towards the end of court. So pretty much it was a defense argument that was made, and it had to pertain to victim one, who we believe to be Cassandra Ventura. But what was interesting about this argument is that the defense was talking about Lisa Bloom. And Lisa Bloom, who we all know to be Gloria Allred's daughter, she has represented other accusers of Sean Diddy Combs, including Don Richard, who worked with Danity Kane. She was a bandmate there and then went on to do Dirty Money, who was Diddy's group as well, too. And so pretty much the defense was just disturbed, and this was a word that they had used. They called it disturbing that she was going on and doing a documentary, the BBC documentary about Diddy's life. Pretty much they were saying that it could violate rules of professional conduct, and the judge said that, you know, he seemed to be taking this kind of matter seriously. Now, I will just kind of preface it and say it. I haven't seen the documentary, but it's not out of the realm, or it's not out of the norm that she even went on this documentary as well, too, because she had previously gone on another documentary and kind of talked about her client's accusations against Diddy as well, too. So I was surprised that they brought up this particular documentary. Again, I don't know the extent of what she had said, but the defense seemed very very annoyed in a way, and annoyed by the fact that she had gone onto this documentary and just kind of was talking about it. And they were just worried about how prejudicial her comments were that she had made on this documentary were against the defense's client, that being Diddy. And so the judge, again, seemed to be taking that matter pretty seriously and just pretty much said that, you know, everyone, you know, the judge, or excuse me, the attorneys, the witnesses' attorneys, the accusers' attorneys, they all have to adhere to these professional rules. They all have to adhere to this professional conduct. And if this continues, and if more things are said that get onto the judge's radar, pretty much Judge Submaranian said that he'll take appropriate action if this type of conduct does continue. So we'll see what happens with that, but it seems like the judge was pretty, like, no nonsense about this. He doesn't want anything crazy to be happening when it comes to this case, so he'll take it up if, you know, he needs to.
Of course, there's a lot at stake here, but I've always wondered whether or not Dawn Richard would actually testify in this case, because we know that she sued Sean Combs. And remember what the indictment says. One of the things one of the new indictments says is there is a forced labor allegation. It's a predicate crime for the racketeering conspiracy. And I'm going to read it directly from the indictment. Combs, along with members and associates of the enterprise, also maintained control over certain employees of the Combs business, whom he forced to work long hours with little sleep through use of, among other things, physical force, psychological harm, financial harm, reputational harm, and or threats of the same. In doing so, Combs, assisted by members and associates of the enterprise, caused these employees to believe they would be harmed, including by losing their jobs if they did not comply with his demands. With respect to one employee, Combs used physical force, psychological harm, financial harm, reputational harm, and or threats of the same to cause the employee to engage in sex acts with Combs. Now, I go back to her complaint that was filed in September of 2024. It reads, throughout the productions of Making the Bands 3 and 4, Mr. Combs deprived Miss Richard and her Danity Kane bandmates of basic needs such as adequate food and sleep. When Miss Richard or her Danity Kane bandmates requested meals or rest, Mr. Combs refused and chastised them with derogatory comments like, "You bleeps don't want this," or "You're all not hungry enough, and I'm paying you bleeps to work." Now, just to be clear, Elizabeth, there is no indication other than that Dawn Richard's going to be a part of this criminal case, right?
Yeah, no indication other than that. And it's interesting that you brought that indictment up as well, too, Jesse, because in my mind, I was always thinking it was just one of his general employees, not thinking in my mind that it possibly could be talking about one of his musical artists or one of his recording artists. And, you know, there have always been rumors that have also played out in civil lawsuits just about Diddy's treatment of the people that he manages, the artists that he takes under his wing. And then that was all laid out in various different lawsuits. So it's interesting that you bring that up. But also when it comes to Dawn Richard specifically, there was no indication that she'd actually be a witness or a victim in this case, an alleged victim in this case, because remember, you know, alleged victim 1 through 3 are they being the defense has said and painted it out to be that these were just ex-girlfriends. Then you have alleged victim number 4, who again, according to the indictment, worked under Diddy. And then you have, you know, the talks about the alleged victim 5 as well, too, none of which were brought up in court today. But it's possible that she could testify. I mean, she worked very closely with Diddy for a number of years. Again, she went from Danity Kane to Dirty Money, which was a band where she worked directly with Diddy. She said, according to her civil lawsuit, that she had witnessed Diddy being physically abusive to Cassandra Ventura. And so there are all these things that are adding up that it wouldn't be surprising that she would testify. I would expect her to testify. So we'll see what happens. But again, as far as the defense and the government's arguments, they haven't made it very clear that it would be her specifically as one of the alleged victims. But it's possible she could just be a witness for the government, possibly.
Elizabeth, so much of this case we don't know about. We don't know. So much has been redacted. So much has been blocked out. There's only being identified right now as victims 1 through 5. We know that victim 1, who we believe to be Cassandra Ventura, indicated that she will testify using her real name, not a pseudonym, not like Jane Doe. There's another victim who just came out this week saying the same thing, right?
There was, and that was put in the filing today. Kind of went under my radar for just a second till I was kind of printing out all the documents I needed for court today. But alleged victim number 3, and again, the alleged victims in this case weren't brought up in court today, but alleged victim 3 is somebody that both sides have talked about previously. Now, the defense in a previous hearing said that victim 3 kind of felt meh about testifying against Diddy, because again, this will be a government witness. But when defense spoke with alleged victim 3's counsel, the words that were used were meh, and that's about how she feels about testifying and getting her name out there. And so pretty much the defense said, you know, this person has allegedly gone on other podcasts, has already talked about her experience with Diddy and that sort. So, you know, of course, we don't know exactly who that person is or anything like that. And obviously, if we do know who that person is, we're not going to name who that person is until that person gets up on that stand, puts up their right hand, swears on that Bible, and is ready to testify. But it does look like, according to the government's filing, because that was the government who made this order, talking about alleged victim 3 is fine using her name, because we do know it is a she, but whoever this woman is, she will be using her real name.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to be interesting, to say the least. And I mean, we're here, May 5th. This is the date that we have been waiting for. This is going to be a very interesting trial. There are no cameras in that courtroom, but we have Elizabeth Milner, who's going to be there. Our plan, as much as possible, to be reporting about what she sees, what she hears. We're planning on having transcripts as well from court testimony. We are going to do our best to try to cover this case in full transparency as much as we possibly can for you, because this is a very important case. A lot at stake, a lot of different issues, and I know there's a tremendous public interest in it as well. Elizabeth Milner, fantastic reporting. Thank you so much for coming here on Sidebar. Appreciate it as always.
Thank you so much, Jesse. Love to be on.
And that's all we have for you right now here on Sidebar. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. And as always, please subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you should get your podcasts. I'm Jesse Weber. Speak to you next time.
Bro. Oh, shit. Well, we're going to see what happened with Diddy, man. This concludes another one of the ones. I got to pack up, if you don't see in the background. I got to pack and make sure I get my ass to the airport. And I need to roll up or something. Um, San Fran, what we doing tonight? Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this shit, man. I'm tweaking. Diddy, I'm gonna try to cover the Diddy shit too, if because it's the Fed, so I don't know if they're gonna exactly. They're not. Well, you can't even do cameras. I'm going to San Fran. I'm going back to California. I gotta go finish my album. Well, I gotta go finish this album and a bunch of other shit, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I appreciate it to the fullest, man. Y'all know the business, man. Snow Gang or nothing.